Now, okay. Now, anybody interested in prescription drug prices?
You're going to have to use a microphone because people can't
Farm
hear.
bill?
I'm sorry, you can't hear you.
You don't have
That's
PA.
not on PA.
Well, you.
That's just media.
Oh, I got to stand here.
No, that's just for C-SPAN. We don't have a microphone. So they're saying they're having trouble hearing you, so just
Oh.
speak up.
Outside.
Yes. Oh, listen, thank you for saying that, and I'll try to talk louder. Okay, maybe I better stand over here a little bit because I'm not in the middle there. Okay, prescription drugs. Okay.
Yeah, why haven't you done more to get the price of all drugs down? You've introduced a lot of legislation over the years regarding medicine, but none of those bills have brought the price of meds down substantially, with the exception of the EpiPen.
You're right, and you know the answer to it because it's hard to defeat the pharmaceutical company. But what we're up now on prescription drugs is this: we're taking on the pharmacy benefit managers. They're the middle people between you and the company. Nobody knows what they do, and they would argue you shouldn't know what we do because we're negotiating. But it affects the price, it affects the rebates, and it affects the formulators. And we don't know what they're doing. Benefits the insurance companies or the pharmaceutical companies or you as a consumer or the local pharmacists, which is they're a real problem for the local pharmacists. And then themselves, they benefit, the PBMs benefit from it. And three big companies have 85% of all of it, and some of them are controlled by insurance companies. And you got, we have a bipartisan bill, Cantwell of Washington and me, that got out of committee last year, and I thought there was a good chance of getting passed because Schumer called, and there's two other bills. So those two other bills and us were invited to Schumer's office to talk about moving the bill, and I thought there was good hope of getting it done. And I can't give you a reason why he didn't call it up for, but he sets the agenda of the Senate. Now we have Thune, a new Republican, new leader, and the Republican majority. So I'm hoping to get something moving now on PBMs, and I'm hoping that that Thune will bring it up because the president talked about doing something about PBM. So we ought to even have White House support. And more ridiculous, why it didn't come up in the last Congress, is between the Cantwell-Grassley bill and between the other two bills that are in, there was about 65 or 70 senators co-sponsoring one or the other. And so there's plenty of votes to get the 60 vote margin that it takes to stop debate to move a bill. By the way, I'm chairman of the Judiciary Committee, and 4 or 5 bills, I think 5 bills was 2 weeks ago voted out of committee. Now they're not as impressive on possibly bringing drugs down like the PBM bill would, but I'll give you one example of one of the bills. It's a Klobuchar-Grassley bill. It's called pay for delay. So let's say you were taking Eliquis your life for the heart and blood pressure, stuff like that. Okay, the patent runs out on 2022. They make a deal with the generic company. They pay the generic company to keep the drug off of the market until 2028. So you're paying the same high price you paid during the 12 years of patent protection, just as one example.
I'm aware of that. You're right.
Okay.